So good day, sir. This day we are going to present a research assignment about the Philippine and globalized world. So, the topic that we select is about the Philippine diplomatic relations in a globalized world. So the title is the Philippines diplomatic relations to other states. So, introduction. Diplomacy is the art and science of maintaining peaceful relationships between nations, groups, or individuals. Often, diplomacy refers to representatives of different groups discussing such issues as conflict, trade, the environment, technology, or maintaining security, according to National Geographic. Diplomatic relations of the Philippines to other states plays an important role in global affairs, negotiating and managing relationships between nations, as well as promoting cooperation and resolving conflicts. So ang diplomacy is important gid kaayo between states to others, because the main purpose of diplomacy is to maintain peace and managing good relationship to other states. So ang diplomacy is there's a two type diplomatic mission, which such as embassy and consulates, and ang embassy is naay galid nga diplomats, which is ang ambassador. So sa consulates pods ang naay mga representatives in a big diplomatic missions to other country. So ang embassy, ang trabaho sa embassy is sila ang responsible, or ang trabaho sa mga ambassador is they are responsible for implement policies about the specific states to other states. So example ani is ang Pilipinas, ang embassy sa Pilipinas sa example sa Amerika is ang embassy sa Pilipinas ang responsible nga mag-assist sa mga tao dito sa mga Pilipino dito sa Amerika. Then sila pod ang promote sa mga policies sa Philippine government dito sa Amerika. Then so next is ang history sa Philippine history of diplomatic relations. So before pagikuan ang diplomatic mission sa Pilipinas sa ubang nasod, sa una is nag-start ang sa kuan pa World War II na yung mga diplomatic relation ang Pilipinas sa uban, pero na strong or na strengthened ang diplomatic mission sa Pilipinas sa ubang nasod after the independence or the post-independence. So diplomatic relations were established on July 4, 1946, when American Ambassador Paul B. McNutt presented his credentials to Philippine government. So it is between the Philippines and American government diplomatic relations. So U.S. recognition of Philippines independence 1946. The United States recognized the Republic of the Philippines as an independent state on July 4, 1946, when President Harry S. Truman did so in a proclamation. So in the same year, daghan pod nga mga allied countries sa American rather nga nag present pod sa credentials nila uban para to promote international relationships to the Philippines government republic. So Next year, which is in 1947, the Philippines and Spain establishes diplomatic relations. It was manifested when Envoy Extraordinary and Minister Plenipotentiary Teodomiro de Aguilar presented his credentials to then President Manuel Rojas on former President Manuel Rojas on January 30, 1947. So, aning mga tuig, so starting from 1947 to 1946 and 1947, daghan na kaayo ang mga country, there's many country that follow to and also their promote a relationship to Philippines Republic. So after the diplomatic relations of the Philippine history, daghan na kaayog mga nahitabo nga mga agreement between other states and the Philippines. So in our present situation or the current status of the Philippines, the Philippine economic recovery is well underway. Still gyapon nga underway ang economic recovery after the post independence. So as growth increased to 7.6% in 2022 from 5.7% in the 2021 over the medium term. So according to World Bank. So it's about the economic of the Philippines. So poverty, about the poverty in the Philippines, poverty rate declined from 23.3% in 2015 to 18.1% in 2021. So despite the shocks endured through the COVID-19 pandemic and other global headwinds such as high global commodity prices and tight global financial conditions, according to World Bank. So sa 2015 and to 2021 na ang poverty rate sa is na gyud na ubos. Pero so in this year, despite of the pandemic, na ubos gyapon ang poverty rate sa Pilipinas. But despite of the progress and the development in the Philippines, in 2023 in its 2023 World Competitiveness Yearbook, Switzerland-based International Institute for Managing Development or IMD, the Philippines placed in 52nd out of 64 economies from 48 in 2022. So giubos siya og 4 nga gi-drop out siya og 4 from 1. So from former President Rodrigo Duterte, nahimo ang Philippines sa una og kanang sa 2022 is 48 ang Philippines. Sa 2023 is nahimo ng 52nd. So na 4 level of dropout. Pero but still the Philippines is still ongoing on economic growth because the Philippines is still finding ways on how to recover our economic growth despite of there's many crises that happening in our country. So kuan naman gid nato nga common naman gid nga naa man gid tanan naman gid nakabalo nga naa gid gira nagakahitabo sa ato sa kuan karon sa atong kalibutan. First is ang recent war is from Ukraine and Russia, and nasundan pa gyud sa Israel and Palestine. So kana nga mga war is naagi mga epekto sa atoa diri sa dili lang sa Philippines, sa tanan gid kalibutan sa international international aspect na maepektuhan gyud ang world economy kay ana mas gitaas ang inflation karon nga year tungod sa mga gera nga kakahitabo. So that's all for me.
Good day. In continuation, I will be discussing the positive and negative impacts of the Philippines' global connections. So, on the positive side, international track fosters economic growth, providing opportunities for businesses and creating jobs. Overseas Filipino workers contribute significantly to the economy through remittances, supporting families and national development. However, on the negative impacts include potential cultural erosion due to the Western influences, environmental challenges related to global trade, and economic vulnerabilities linked to dependency on the certain industry. Balancing the benefits and drawbacks is crucial for sustainable development and preserving the country's identity and global interactions.
Future challenges of global diplomacy. Theoretical and maritime dispute in the South Asian Sea has been a major irritant in the Philippines-China relations. When Rodrigo Duterte became president in 2016, a policy decision to underscore pragmatism in relations with China and opted for a moderated approach, including dispute settlement in the South China Sea became clear in November.